Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater. And February of 2014, it's weird to think that it's been 5 years almost since the release of the Lego movie. And when they first announced the Lego movie, I wasn't too sure what to think about it. And when I first heard that Batman was going to be in it and it was going to be voiced by Will Arnett, I really wasn't too sure what to think about it. But then I saw the movie and I just fell in love with Batman. I thought Will Arnett was great as Batman, worked well with the story, with the characters, and honestly, it was probably the biggest thing to come out of, out of that whole movie, I think, because it spawned a spinoff. The Lego Batman movie came out literally 3 years later to that same week, and that movie was okay, right? It was very difficult, I think, to tell a feature-length Lego Batman story with the same kind of narrative it wanted to tell, where it was obviously trying to play up the tropes of Batman, use whatever villain it could, still tell an interesting, compelling story, and not kind of go all crazy in the end. And it did. It dropped the ball in the end of the movie. It had a really, really, really strong first two acts. That last act, I feel, when it focused so much on the whole family aspect, which I know ultimately was what they were going for, and I get that, I feel it kind of fell short. And I recently watched it again with my nephew, who is 3, and we watched it, and of course he just was like, Lego Batman, right? But for me, I was a little bit, I still watched it. I still had problems with the ending. I didn't feel the ending. The whole movie, I'm sitting there going like, are Batman and Joker just gonna fuck? Like, is that, because like that would, if they went Brokeback Gotham, I think it would be probably a more compelling ending to the film. You know what I mean? Like I just, again, it was one of those things where I feel like Chris McKay and the writers of the movie needed an ending, and they decided to go the family friendly side of that. And it didn't really work out as well, I think, as they wanted to, because later on in the year, Lego Ninjago came out, and even that didn't do very well. Right. That kind of came and kind of went. And ever since then, they've been focusing a lot on the Lego movie part 2, which in and of itself, I have my own problems with just based on the trailers, but it still looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in February when it comes out. Additionally, looking forward to seeing Lego Batman reprise his role and see how well it works again on more of a larger ensemble with a strong core cast of characters rather than a spinoff. But that being said, I'm still excited for this news right here, because apparently the Lego Batman movie is getting a sequel. The Lego Batman movie sequel in development. It says here, Chris McKay, the director of the 2017 animated feature, The Lego Batman Movie, has taken to Twitter to reveal that development is underway on a sequel. Saying here on Twitter, so a couple days ago, this woman, Brazilian Honey, says, I finally got to watch the Lego Batman movie, and it was pretty damn good. Will we ever get another one? And she says this to Chris McKay. He says, we're working on that right now, actually. In the meantime, Lego Batman is all over. Lego Batman 2 coming in February. And that is a good sign, because that's the first actual confirmation of Lego Batman 2 that we've gotten. It's been nearly 2 years since its release, and there's been no mention of it. Like I said, Lego Ninjago came out, and it kind of went and it just kind of whatever. I mean, even Lego Batman was originally slated to come out on Memorial Day weekend in 2016. Then they pushed it to February 2017, and it worked out better for them ultimately, because Memorial Day weekend has just been kind of dying for the last couple of years. But that is how things played out with Lego Batman the movie. Now, it goes on to say here that Lego Batman grossed $312 million globally upon its release in 2017. So it shouldn't really come as a surprise that Warner's is working on a sequel. And as McKay states, Will Arnett's Cape Crusader will be returning to the screens in February in the Lego Movie Part 2, the second part. But it does raise questions about the future of McKay's own career. They had talked a bit about Nightwing being a thing that was originally scheduled. Like after Lego Batman, it was announced he was going to be directing Nightwing. That's kind of gone up in a puff of smoke. Even though he claims the project's not dead, it was basically just removed from anyone talking about it. Then, of course, he signed on to go do the Johnny Quest movie, which originally Robert Rodriguez was going to do before doing Alita Battle Angel. And then now, apparently, Chris McKay is tied to the Dungeons and Dragons movie for Paramount Pictures, which would basically push Nightwing or even Lego Batman 2 back a ways. That would be unless Chris McKay is not actually directing Lego Batman 2. Kind of like Phil Lord and Chris Miller directed the Lego movie. They didn't do Lego Movie Part 2. They came on as executive producers. Same with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. They acted as exec producers. So that could be a thing where they bring in other people to direct it, and they're working on it right now, and then we're going to know more as time goes on. In fact, it's entirely possible that we'll get a Lego Batman 2 kind of announcement during the Lego Movie Part 2. That would make sense to me if not before the movie comes out, but like there's a teaser at the end for Lego Batman Part 2, just so we know, and then have that come out probably sometime in 2019. That would make a lot of sense. But in the meantime, I kind of have to ask myself, what is it do I want to see in a Lego Batman 2? Right? I mean, like, again, Lego Batman 1 had a strong, solid first act. It was Batman fighting villains, and then him being alone, and him falling for Barbara, and then also, there's the Robin thing, and Michael Cera did a pretty good job as that. And then again, as it went into, they went into the Phantom Zone and released all the other characters from other movies, it just became this real muddled mess. And I understand that these kind of movies are going to have that. They have so many licenses that they can play with here that they're going to do whatever they want with it, right? And I get that Warner's had all of these properties and that's what they played with. But I would have liked to have seen more with it in regards to a more concise, locked-in story, right? One of the things that made Lego Movie great was it had Chris Pratt as, not the straight guy. Elizabeth Banks played the straight guy. She did it good. They played off each other. Then you had the goofy comedic relief, which was Lego Batman, with his over-the-top machismo. And it's all like when they get into the Batmobile and he starts playing his song like, darkness, no parents, that was really funny. And that played up a lot of the, it played a lot of it up. It built him up. But I don't think the movie was able to fully capture everything that they had, done with the character in Lego Movie. So, I mean, if he's going to battle the Joker again, cool, but I'd rather have it be like a more distinctly set in Gotham, not breaking the canon and going out into other franchises, like just not doing that. Because that to me felt like a cop-out. I want to see, it's kind of like I want to see, Matt Reeves, the Batman, be a hardcore noir-based Batman film. You know what I mean? Like the world's greatest detective. I'd like to see something like that with this. Tell a compelling, interesting story, but do it through Legos and not just rely, you can have the sight gags, you can have all these other elements at play, but I want the story to be concrete. And that's what I feel fell apart a bit with Lego Batman. So hopefully they've learned from their mistakes. But again, the $312 million take home globally isn't bad. And, it did well on home video, as far as I know, considering that Warner Brothers, and this is true, Warner Brothers now releases movies at $25 on Blu-ray when they come out. No, seriously, if you go and you look, when a new Warner Brothers movie drops, it's like $25, and then you wait a couple months and it will maybe go on sale. I picked up Justice League for $6 on Black Friday. I picked up Wonder Woman for cheaper last year, Kong cheaper last year. I just wait for them to go a little bit cheaper. Because I feel $25 is a lot for a Blu-ray. That's just how I take it. I don't know how you guys take it. Anyway, kind of curious to know your guys' thoughts on this one. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. If you made it this far, type in Lego so I know. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, that'd be fantastic too. I really appreciate it. Also, if you guys want to call into our voicemail line, you can do so at 818-350-3281. That is 818-350-3281. And I will be answering your questions later on in the week. And thank you all very much. My name, of course, is Matt Jarbo. Have yourself a great day and peace out.